Ciao everyone, and welcome back to Winterland for the special unveiling of our new area to the park. Over time, our small project has grown into a fully fledged monster of a park, with 5 themed areas, a state-of-the-art hotel resort, and some of the best thrills in Europe. And we are refusing to stop there, as today we unveil the final area situated where the old village of BellaBouno used to be. Welcome to Neo BellaBouno, home to 2 brand new landmark attractions. First, the fantastic multi-launch coaster, Rebellion, and second, the dark ride with a difference, Bioterra. As well as other rides and amenities, this new area is another jewel in the crown of Winterland. Let's take a closer look.
Hey, welcome in, Relly. How you doing, mate?
I'm doing grand, mate. Yourself?
Yeah, very good. Yeah, it's good. Life's good. Right.
That's what I like to hear.
So, last time we left the 2-week challenge, we had our new apartment buildings in, which look beautiful at night. We had a new entrance to the park and a new car park, Winterland, and we'd started building in. Oh, and we also had a very surprise build from Mr. Moomin Little Socks, which I will show you guys now. So we've got Sirius here, into Bread's area.
I love the lighting on Sirius's area.
Oh, it's stunning, isn't it? It's absolutely stunning. And then down here...
Spoilers.
Spoilers? What spoilers? Oh, what? Over there? Yeah, we'll see that
Just
later.
across the other side,
We'll see that later. I couldn't hide it, unfortunately. And then obviously after Bread, we had the wonderful Rome from Cockwaddle, looking beautiful at night. So this is Jarrow's beer site stat. And then we had...
Cheers, Jarrow.
Cheers, Jarrow. Thank you very much, sir. Wonderful build. And then we had Moomin's little area here, which may get an addition from me at some point, because I think we need to add more to it. It's beautiful, but it's not pulling the guests over because it is just a pirate ship. I mean, the theming and everything is
it's
is
impeccably
incredible.
done, yeah. But yeah, maybe something else in there would go down nicely.
And I've got this lovely big warehouse that he built, which is, or this boathouse or whatever, that I think needs something. So I might add to it later. But we're here today. We're here today to talk about a certain Northerners build. So, this is Neo BellaBouno. BellaBouno, obviously, good nice in Italian. Well, what was the idea behind this, really? Because obviously, this is a bit out there. This is a bit bonkers.
The thing is, like, obviously everyone's done fantastic work already, and can't argue at all with it, but to me everything's kind of grounded somewhat in reality, even in like the out there bit of things like Bread's build, like this showdown between the 2 monsters and things like that. It's still a fairly kind of stereotypical jungle. Even like Sirius's industrial area, as fantastical as that is, it's still something that you see. I go to a theme park to be taken away, you know.
Yeah.
So why build something like half of the course kind of thing when you can do something with a little bit more pizzazz? The idea came to me fairly early on. Obviously, I was aware that I was going to be involved in this quite some time ago, and I started thinking, well, I've done, you know, tropical themes, I've done sci-fi themes, which obviously this kind of ties into and stuff, but I've never done cyberpunk, and always loved the style of it from like films like Akira and Blade Runner, even stuff like the flash forwards that you get in Terminator and stuff like that. It's always kind of intrigued me. So I thought, why not try and build a cyberpunk city on the coastline of this beautiful little park, just to completely change things up.
And it has. I mean,
a little bit.
The park looks lovely, but then you've got this, and there's like no greenery, no trees. You got a few, but
I've got trees in that.
yes, it does look very striking. I love it. Love the view from the lake over here.
That is one thing that I'm especially happy with. Obviously, I knew that this was going to be highly visible from Dis's hotel, so I was constantly backwards and forwards onto the beach area over there and like the rooftop bar just to see how much it kind of
Let's go over there
encroached
quickly.
on. And yeah, it looks kind of big and beefy and that.
Oh,
but it's
look
actually,
at that.
with the exception of like the odd little bit, it's actually no taller than the house that you left bang in the centre for us to build around.
Oh yeah. You
So
you kept
I
it
don't
quite
think it's
low.
overly obtrusive, but
No, it's only. It's not. It wouldn't be, in the grand scheme of things, intrusive for anyone living in the area because you can only see it within the park.
yes, exactly. And even then, when you're actually in the different areas, you can't really see it.
No, it's good. I love the way it's sunken down on the lakeside. I love it. So let's go and have a look down there anyway. I like it. I like all the TMTK and signage you've done. It's very, very cool.
Well, this is it. It was definitely a way of kind of getting things as intricate and kind of advanced as possible to match in with the theme while keeping the piece count low. Like the Neo BellaBouno there, that's actually just one TMTK item. It's just all the lettering has been done separate, but saved as one like asset. So it's not even individual letters on that.
Oh, I thought that was actually on the screen. So the
Nope.
letters are so the screen's behind, and then you put the letters on top. Very nice. So we've got 3 flat rides to look at. We had this one,
do.
which where's the entrance to it?
So if you go down to path level and just follow it around to the right.
There's the exit. Oh, there's the queue. Oh, I like the queue.
Whoop, back over, you'll see the sign there. So this is the power plant.
Power plant.
So this, the idea of it being that this is like the generator causing all the power and whatnot to be pumped into the city and that, and it's worked into the water purification centre that you'll see on the side there.
I do like this ride a lot. This is a ride that I would definitely go on. I do like these kind of thrill-like rides. You're almost inverted at times, aren't you?
Yeah, definitely. I'm a big fan of these as well. And like you say, by the time that it kind of gets up to the top of the arc that it makes, it's rotating around. Yeah, you're not upside down, but you might as bloody well be.
Yeah.
I always use the theory when I'm skinning a ride in that if you can justify covering up the actual mechanical parts of it with something that, in theory, would actually in real life rotate and move around with it, then fair enough. But obviously this has the vertical motion as well as the rotation, so that
very hard to do something.
Yeah, I mean, you can cover it, but
there's no point.
There's no point, no. But yeah, I mean, the idea with the forge is, well, purification as it's called. I don't think I've actually bothered to name any of the rides in game. But obviously this is based off on the lake. So the idea of this is those big generators that are sunk actually into the lake.
They're brilliant.
It's drawing the water in there from the lake to then kind of purify in that with this spinning motion, however science works, you know, magic and that.
Yeah.
And then as it lowers back down, it would be pumping back into the city itself as like the main way of actually like giving amenities and whatnot.
So this is
it's one thing kind of skinning a ride, but if you can get a little bit of a story in there as well and explain it,
I love the
add a bit more to it.
I love the skinning that you've done here. What is it?
It's just sci-fi breathers and whatnot.
Oh, so it's just loads of them spun round in a circle. Very effective.
Those and a couple of other pieces, and yeah, just worked all together. You know, as Jarrow always says, if you add bits to it and keep on adding until it looks good, then that's job done, really.
Yeah. Well, this is a very good skin.
It was tricky to get the mechanism actually within that tower, like the light tower bang in the middle there.
Yeah.
So that the circular bit that kind of raises up and all of the bars that actually allow it to do that. actually kind of don't click with anything in there. That was tricky.
It's quality, mate. And then your third flat ride, where's that?
So
it's on the top, isn't it?
It's actually worked into those buildings, yeah. You'll have to go like kind of around the other side.
This is wonderful, the skinning of this ride again.
This was probably the most problematic thing, and actually, like in general, of building the park. Obviously, when you handed it over to me, I was quite taken aback that there was the train station bang in the middle of it all.
Yeah. You really were quite pissed. It was quite funny.
I wasn't pissed. It was just... It gave me something more to think about than what I expected, let's just say that.
Yeah.
And I thought, it's a steam train, so if I have so much of it kind of visible, it's going to stand out, because you wouldn't have a steam engine coming through a place like this. So I decided to completely cover it, so you can see just underneath the ride skin there, just coming in from the bridge,
I can see it here. The train
actually set in, and yeah,
and you've hidden the track pretty much the whole way through, haven't you? It goes through that building there as well.
So yeah, that was kind of the point of doing this, and then it was like, well, if I've got this raised up and buildings all around it, what's the kind of point of doing that? Which kind of led to it being like, I don't know if you've seen things like Blade Runner and stuff like that, where they've got the flying vehicles, or even like some elements, like the flying vehicles and that. But yeah, it at least kind of trying to emulate that kind of flying very close to all of these tall sci-fi looking skyscrapers and whatnot became like the theory behind that.
I love the buildings. They're deceivingly simple, aren't they? In terms of some of these buildings, it's the light, a lot of light strips and stuff like that.
Exactly,
isn't it?
yeah. This was one of the main kind of struggles that I had, in that when I first kind of got the park, obviously I jokingly was going on to you that I was going to use everyone else's like leftover parts to increase my overall piece count. Sorry, excuse me, because I did expect just the detailing in all of these just to ramp that up way past the 10,000. But luckily I've been able to vaguely keep it in place. So
I think it works.
That's
doesn't
the advantage
need more
with
detail.
the sci-fi pieces, is in that there is a lot of detail just on like one piece. Obviously, like the screens do a lot of work for me as well. Like,
they're brilliant. And again, these are straight off the old tube, aren't they? Background, like cool disco backgrounds and stuff.
It is.
That's
what
wicked.
Is it? Pixel-X, I want to say. It's like that I
Pixel-X.
used with them, something like that.
I love that one. And the big purple one there.
Yeah.
That's cool.
That was the first one that I kind of put in just to kind of test how it was working and whatnot. And when that paid off, it was like, yeah, this is the way forward for it. So
It just works. The screens are great. It's a great use of screens.
Tell you what, while you're in this area, that large black building, like the black and yellow one just on your left there, you know how you'd initially just given us a couple of sweet shops and whatnot? Yeah, I decided, obviously you'd said, oh, let's maybe get something a little bit more substantial in there. So here's your little restaurant, your little
It's sick.
sushi grill and drink shop in with
They've got a drink shop at the back. Nice. It's lovely. This is Bioterror. I wanted to give him a dark ride. I've given most of the builders some kind of track ride, and but we'd used most of them, so it was kind of the last one, apart from the Ghostbusters, was the shooting ride. So let's have a look at this. It's called Bioterror. Let's talk us through this, really, as we go through the quick queue.
Basically, the idea is, obviously this area was originally a quaint little Italian kind of town. You'd left us a couple of little buildings from that, which obviously I've worked around, and the idea there being is that something has destroyed that initial city that was there. And this is like the scientific experiment based on the remnants of what it was that caused that destruction. So obviously looking fairly menacing and whatnot from the outside. We don't know exactly what's going on until we get in. Now, unfortunately, I do have some audio clips that should have been in place, however are not. So I will do my best, especially in like the first couple of rooms, to talk you through that as we go.
Have I got to do this as a shooting ride, or can I just...
Yeah, no, you've got to do it as a shooting ride, mate.
I'm going to be bad at this. Oh my god, this is going to
So
be...
obviously we
awful.
start off here. I'm a little bit behind on this, so hopefully I'll line up. So yeah, the idea is that you go into this room and we see the first couple of remnants of this biomech kind of being that has taken the city apart. Obviously it has been destroyed, and they've kept the remnants of it as like a source of research and power. Moving through into the second room.
Oh my
Again,
goodness.
there should be a little bit of story.
Is there any targets?
Not on this bit, I'll tell you where they are. So obviously it's all been separated and experimented on and taken away.
It's
the
awesome.
Next room is going to be where it's another section of the body of it is starting to retaliate. So there should be some glass smashing here. And this is where you can start to shoot at the tendrils that are coming out.
Yeah. Oh, it's moving too fast.
It pauses in a second. So yeah, there's targets hidden all the way in this. So on both sides you can shoot that, and obviously it bleeds out when you shoot that. Now these tendrils have binded together and trying to pull the entire being back into one like ominous monstrosity ready to tear down BellaBouno.
This is badass.
So it's no good shooting the main thing. It's not going to do anything.
Oh,
so
cool.
Some of the targets behind that, and even the barrels on the floor.
Oh yeah, look at that. That's so cool.
And that's how you'd eventually take the entire thing down.
I scored 650 points. Is there any more?
No, that's it, because obviously I didn't want the sequencing to get out, and then you go through like some kind of decontamination to make sure that you're fine, and back into the station.
I love it. I got 650 points. Oosh! I'm so cool.
Very good job, man. Very good job.
Just going to go through each room and have a look at them again. Look at this. That's so cool. So I'm just looking at the... So you got your temple pieces, and then what are these? These...
So they're
pulsing...
TMPK, it's, I want to say tumor fruit is what it's called.
Tumor fruit.
But yeah, those TMTK pieces came in very handy with the build that myself and Brett did, where it was, again, a sci-fi horror kind of build. So
Indeed.
I was aware of them from that. And yeah, very gross, grim little piece, which ties the mechanical aesthetics of like the body with like all of the vines that have used there to just get the essence of like musculature.
This is it. This one's awesome. I love it. Like they've like ripped the head off the top of it. And
Yeah.
It's so good. And then this is the one where we can shoot. I love it. So
Exactly,
good.
yeah.
I love this explosion one. So what you've done is you put your targets in, and then you've actually rigged.
It's the slime and everything, yeah. Like the oil. No, it's the colourable slime, which works fantastically as blood. And as Gerald says, yeah, you need a blood drop for it. Exactly.
I love the fact that you've linked in the explosions on here with fireworks and stuff like that.
It's not even fireworks. It's literally just some of the explosion effects. I've used a couple of them so that you do get like the differences and whatnot.
It's so good. And then this is like the decontamination room. Oh, you got sequences up there. I didn't see them when I was going round.
Yeah, that's it. It's one of those things where when the camera gets too close to a particle effect, it kind of it fades out, unfortunately. So
how many
I've
triggers
tried
and
to time it
sequences
much
have you
as
actually done on this?
one or two.
A fair few.
Yeah.
It's good, man. It's a quality
And
ride.
that's just the track triggers. That's not even the
The
actual
targets.
shootable kind of parts of it.
Yeah. It's a great ride, mate. Fantastic. I love the way that you've integrated the old building there. And you've kind of
this is
like...
it. I've done a little bit of building myself in the kind of style that you gave me from that, because that was a hardship in trying to work out how to kind of blend that in with something completely contrasting, hence like the security barrier going around that.
It's
The
like it's
idea is
almost...
that it's been kind of retained for historical kind of prestige and whatnot.
Ah, see, I took it that it was like cordoned off for like reasons like radiation or something like that going on. Like you can't go in that building.
It could very well be that. I mean, my thinking was just like, we've got this remnant kind of left of like the old world, so this is how it's going to stay, and we'll not let people in and like destroy it and ruin it and whatnot, but we'll build up around it.
And look, we got the train station in here, the Winterland Express. Let's have a look in here, see what we've done.
Yeah, it's just one of those things that like I didn't put a lot of time and effort in. It was just going to make it look a little bit like a rundown subway station. Was about as good as what I could kind of come up with to blend that.
And use the gloss tiles in there. I like it. You've integrated it really well. Not easy to integrate because, as I said, it doesn't fit the theme. What have we got in here? I haven't looked in this building.
So yeah, I had a bit of a gap to fill. Obviously, I used up all of my flat rides on covering like the station and that surrounding area and telling that story over there. So I had a bit of a space. So I thought, oh, I'll bang an arcade, and I always like an arcade. So
well, we haven't got one in the park. This is perfect to get a little bit of extra money into the park. Well, the German will love it. Get all the kids in here, putting their quids in.
A nice simple arcade in there, yeah.
I like it. It's cool. So this is the final ride that you had. This is Rebellion.
Yes.
And this is, I'm sure you'd probably agree, this is like the piece de resistance, isn't it?
Oh, 100%. This is like the first thing that I started building on this, with the intention of it being like a bit of a showstopper. Obviously, the idea with this being is that you've seen all of the nefarious acts that are going on in the Bioterror ride and whatnot. So obviously, people within this futuristic city have kind of started to get wind as to all of these crazy experiments going on this monstrosity, and want to kind of put a stop to it.
Yeah.
So to kind of tie in a little bit with the older town that originally was here, I've built like this industrial kind of foundry, which has been left by the wayside, and it's actually where this rebellion has actually taken up their kind of like base to fight back. So again, audio clips unfortunately are missing on this. The idea being, you can go through the station bit while I'm talking about this if you like this.
I'm not very good at this. Let me try.
It's not tight in there at all. So yeah, that's your fast pass on the left if you follow the main thing up here. So the idea being is that you've discovered this intel about all of the experiments going on in Bioterror, and I wanting to get that back to your little sanctuary that's going to take that and bring the entire like regime down with all of this information that you've received about them.
I love all this, all the TMTK pieces you're using here. It's basically most of this park is either the sci-fi pack. This area is the sci-fi pack or TMTK, isn't it?
Yeah, pretty much.
What are these? These are really nice. Rusty metal column. I like that. Glad to have that in the library. I think I could be using that, definitely.
It's a very handy set. It's part of, I want to say, the steampunk set. I can't remember who made it now off the top of my head, but there's lots of different very, very handy pieces in there.
Right, might as well get on.
Rub that rust. Can't say I blame you.
Rub the rust. Now, you did have a... we wanted all green for this, and we wanted 90-second duration minimum, didn't we? So what we got, 97. Nice. Perfect.
And the target was 80 mile an hour.
80 mile an hour, which we're getting to 83, which is good. But the other ones that were in that, it was a chat vote, wasn't it? 80 mile an
Yes.
hour. What was it? 10 loops or 13 loops or something like that? What was the inversions? Eight inversions.
8 inversions and 1,500 meters in length. So
So you've done all three.
inadvertently, I've done all of them.
Inadvertently, or did you literally?
No, I honestly didn't aim for that. It's just obviously when you've got the speed that you're going to get to on this, it's going to take up a length of track, and it just happened that I've gone a few meters over the potential option.
Yeah,
And
I'll forgive you.
I wanted inversions, so I've got inversions.
Let's watch this. I'm going to stay quiet in this, and if you want to put in your audio clips over the top, feel free. But yeah, I just want to experience this because this is.
Well, I won't be able to do that in sync with it, but yeah, just go for it.
This is a monster.
You get the
coaster.
gist of it, regardless.
Here we go. Strap in, guys. This is a biggie. Such a good launch, that first bit.
I am quite happy with the.
Mate.
And yeah, that final section there again is where the other audio bit would be. But yeah, I think it works regardless.
That's a stunning coaster, mate. I'm going to have a quick look around, turn it off for a second, and just go and have a look through. So you got this first room here.
Yeah, so that fella on the left there, just where the holding section is where like the audio would be playing, saying, "Oh, this is the information that we've got. You've got to get it to safety. Watch out, the company's going to be coming for you," and this, that, and the other. And then off you go.
Here we go. I can't go as fast. So straight into
Probably
a barrel
better.
roll. And then we got like this top hat. Let me put the light on for a second because we can see it. I know.
Not even a top hat, it's just an overbanked turn.
It's nice.
A banana roll, I think, actually.
This is probably my favourite scene here. I think that is just incredible.
If you look on the left, it's got like the company kind of muscle and whatnot shooting at you. If you have you got it on test or is it stopped?
I've got it turned off. I can put it back on test.
Test quickly, and you'll be able to see this sequence a little bit better. So basically, as you plunge down into the sewer run, obviously those guys on the left are shooting away at you. Hopefully this won't take too long because
It's coming, I can hear it.
near the start. You'll see like the bullet hits just over you.
That's so good. That's so good. And then this loop here is just brilliant.
Yeah, well, this is it. I needed to find some kind of way of killing a lot of that speed once it hit the 80 mile an hour.
Yeah.
Taking you out of the sewers into like the countryside, which you're kind of going through now. Now you can see those custom trees.
Very pretty.
So obviously I wanted some kind of cherry blossom to give that
Yeah.
kind of vibe of like the Japanese kind of style that you often see influencing the cyberpunk kind of theme. So yeah, just that nice little bit of time spent outside of like the city and taking you into the countryside.
Such a good coaster, and this is where I get lost now, because up to there I can follow the track quite well, but underneath here it starts. There's just I couldn't work out where I was, if I was upside down, if I was the right way up.
Well, this is kind of the planning, that you're barreling through this cave and whatnot, just very, I don't know, just banging your about through this cave system is like you're trying to
Get
quickly
away.
rush for this. Yeah, exactly.
I love it.
Obviously, through all of these airtime hills, bits and pieces like that, and finally back into this sanctuary area, which is where you've kind of set up your technical research and things like that.
Mate, this is a stunning achievement. Such a good coaster.
Why, thank you.
This park has been an insanely good achievement, and the builders featured in this park have taken building to a new level. And it's also on a time limit. This is what we've all got to remember. 2 weeks. 2 weeks people get to build all this stuff. So yeah, mate, this is a proper achievement. I do want to turn the lights on for a moment. Is there anything you wanted? Anything else you wanted to see in the dark first that I've missed?
No. I think we've covered everything there. We've gone fairly well in depth.
And this is the other entrance.
Obviously, because of the theme, it does kind of stand out better at dark, I think.
Oh, it does.
But yeah, do apologise for the some of the colour scheme and whatnot. It was chosen to be shown at day, so not everything looks quite as good at night. But you'll see.
Other way around, you meant? But yeah.
Other way around. Sorry, yeah.
Let's put it to AM. See, now I don't know what you're talking about there in terms of colour scheme. I think this works.
Some of the purples that I've used just to kind of give a bit more kind of texture at night. Like you can see there on like the big building that has the pink screen.
The purple's fine.
Yeah.
You got pink behind it. You got orange over there. I like the fact that it's a mishmash of colours. It's exactly what you'd expect, because it's all been. Well, it's been thrown together. It's not uniform. It's not planned, is it? This is like a.
It's an uprising, yeah.
Yeah. I think it works. I think it works really nicely.
For me, it's more just to give those kind of pops at night as opposed to anything else. But yeah.
Just going to give some daytime views for everyone, so you can all see what Relly has achieved in just under 10,000 pieces. It's super good.
I'm glad that you like it.
And it's a perfect addition. As the Italian said earlier, it's another jewel in the crown of Winterland. Look at it from above, from a side, from way out. It's brilliant.
Well, that's it. I was quite proud of the view from Disney's Hotel, but it looks as though there might be something obscuring that coming in the future.
Well, yeah, we might be talking about that, but you'll still be able to see it from Disney's Hotel. Look, if you go back down to the bar, if you look, you just have to look the left-hand side of the bar.
Ah, yeah, there you go. That's fine.
So you can still see it. It depends what the next builder does, but we'll talk about that in a minute. So, thank you very much, Relly. Thank you very much for this.
You're more than welcome.
It really is. It's been an absolute treat to have so many wonderful builders building for my channel. Effectively,
it's an honour to be working with so many of these builders as well. Obviously, Bread I've worked with before, but to have people like Cockers and Moomin, Sirius, Jarrow, this as well.
Bread,
just amazing work.
It's just great. It's been such a phenomenal build from everybody. So have we put you on the wall? We haven't. Let's put you on the wall. Rellimetep. Oosh. There he is. Neo BellaBouno, built by Rellimetep. So there you go. Thank you very much, mate. You are an absolute gent, and I owe you a lot this year. You've helped me build up my community and get me up to scratch with streaming and stuff, and you've been there since the beginning, so thank you very much, and I'm honoured that you could be part of this.
It's been a pleasure from day one, not just this, but getting to know you over the past year, getting to know everyone else in the community, and seeing what we can do with something like this just shows how much it means to all of us and what we can achieve when we work together like this. it's fucking astonishing.
It's incredible. It is. It is proper astonishing, and I'm gonna have to say goodbye, mate. So, thank you very
take
much.
It easy, fella. I'll be in chat.
You'll be in chat, and I'll catch you on the flip. Peace out. And now, it's time for our final builder. You may notice a bit of a change to Lake Windermere. We decided that the park is done basically, but there's something missing. You go to a Disney World, you go to a Universal Studios, you go to pretty much any park, any decent theme park in the world, and they have something called I believe it's called a weenie. So we need a weenie. We need something to draw the attention, a centerpiece for the park. And in the mid, so we've decided to reclaim some land in the middle of the lake. What's a weenie? So you look at Disney World, you've got the big castle in the middle of it. You look at, I don't know, Epcot, you've got that big golf ball at the front. You go to Alton Towers, you've got the towers in the middle of the park. You know, you can see them from everywhere. A weenie is something that draws people's attention. All right, so we need a weenie. And what better place than in the middle of the lake, can be seen from everywhere. There's not going to be a lot going on this island, because traditionally weenies don't need to be big rides and stuff like that. They just need to be something that looks nice, something that draws attention. So I couldn't just give the builder, an island and build me a big building of some kind. I needed to make it a little bit difficult. So I've given them, we've got the Radius, the biggest ride I could find, which I thought might be good in the middle of the park. And that will also draw the guests across. I've written down some ideas, some key things that we need this builder to make. We want a large centerpiece, all right, taking up the island. We want the shops and the Radius built into it, and we want a large indoor plaza within the weenie ideally. So a nice big indoor area inside the weenie that we can have all of the amenities in. All right. We've also got a ferry station to get you over there. You've also got three large paths that are coming onto this island. You've got one from near BellaBouno. You've got one from over here near the hotel and near Cockwaddles area, near Rome. And then we've got a last one here, which is basically the one that leads in from the entrance of the park. Now, there are a couple of things that we do need to add, because it would be a very easy challenge. So most people have had like at least a coaster and a dark ride and sequences and flat rides and this and that, and they've had much bigger spaces to fill. So I didn't want to make it too easy on the builder. So the builder has to do, and this is where it's going to be difficult, I want two sequenced events, proper sequenced events, one for the day and one for the night. I'm talking lights, I'm talking lasers, I'm talking fountains, I'm talking fireworks. We're going to need two big displays, one for day, one for night. All right, so where you don't have as much building to do and as much rides to theme and build, you will have to get close and intimate with the firework sequences and stuff. So, our final builder, it had to be a biggie, you know. We've had the most incredible builders so far, and it had to be big. So, I spoke. What was it? About 3 months ago, I spoke with 3 months ago, I spoke with a certain man who has been building something for about 10,000 hours that has been unleashed on YouTube. That is probably the best thing I've ever seen built in Planco ever. It's phenomenal, and if you do get a chance, if you haven't seen it, you do need to go and watch it on YouTube. It's Mr. Bear-tastic. Oh, so good. I was thinking, who can I get to build the weenie? I was thinking, and then I was in Bear's stream, and he was talking about how he was just about to unleash this mahoosive park, and he was putting all of his sounds together, and I thought, oh, Bear, you need a soundtrack for your coaster. I need a final builder. I scratch my back, you scratch your back, whatever. However it works. I think I said that wrong. But yes, indeed. Beartastic. So there's your island, sir. Let's go from above. You can see what it's going, what you got. And then what I'll do is I will share a little final video of Rellimetep's area, and then we'll be signing off. Thank you very much for being part of this, everyone. Thank you very much for being here. Thank you. Peace out. Catch you on the flip. Love you all. Mwah!